I'm going to talk to you about what I saw there, which is part of the title you just saw, which is what I'm crying a lot, but I'm so productive. I am not. Thankfully, I'm in a good place in my life right now. And so, no, it's not me who's crying, but I saw it on a pillowcase when I was at a downtown store in Lafayette today. And I thought, that is something. And it kind of goes well with women, doesn't it? I'm crying a lot, but I'm so productive. So that's my thinking for today. This is our back pocket item for today because it kind of made me think about like, wow, that is really what goes on a lot in the world, isn't it? I'm crying, but as long as I'm productive, then the world sees me a certain way. And I remember I wanted to share that with you because I think this could be helpful for some people who watch. So especially because I see a lot of moms, and a lot of the moms are the ones who are scheduling for their kids and stuff, which right after this, I am running to go get my kids from school too. But what I wanted to say was when I first had my boys, when I gave birth to them, they're twins, I had heart failure and it was a real struggle. And I still was like, gotta be productive, gotta get up, I have twin babies. What else are you gonna do for those, years? And then it was about, I think when they were 3 years old, so I'd been kind of holding that inside and doing that. I am crying, but look at me. I'm so productive. And then I was hearing stories from moms that more matched a feeling I was having. And I felt like, wow, they're doing that too. And in what I would feel was a much more significant way, where I heard stories of, at least there was a mom, a couple of moms who had lost their babies when they were, over 9 months, but still babies. And I just thought, wow, that's something that you're carrying and that you're crying about, and you're still being so productive, in our world. So I just wanted that to be our back pocket item for today, noticing those things where it's probably okay to not be productive sometimes, right? So I went shopping. So I'm going to share that with you to kind of get on that lighter note after that. And no, I'm not crying. I just had it as a title because I thought, what an impactful statement. So I'll just show you. Look here. I went to the thrift store and I've turned into a 13-year-old girl. I got this sweater. I just love hearts on my clothing and on everything. So I got that. And this is like $1, I think it was, or maybe this one was $2, but it's so cute. It's the conversation hearts. And then I got earrings that are little strawberries and they're $1. And I'm coming to you from my kitchen where I also got these I've had for a while. Also from the thrift store, just amazing. I have 2 of them. And I know I'm not supposed to be like in an unboxing channel, but I'm a real human being. I got this, which goes underneath. I mean, oh, so cute, right? Underneath it's a drying rack, like towel that goes underneath. And then I've had dog cookies, which the Trader Joe's person. And don't worry, I'm going to talk to you again. We're having a serious conversation after this, but who doesn't love Valentine's Day and all kinds of things that go with it? So I like to share. So this is a dog cookie, which at Trader Joe's, they think it's really funny when you check out to say, no, make sure you know that those aren't cookies for humans and stuff. And then this plate, okay, I have to take this off because the plate is adorable. It's that little plate, just $3. It's a little like crafty plate, but look at the cute little hearts. So I'm just putting heart-shaped things on it and little tiny votive candles. So that's my start of the day, which probably I should be doing work to get my membership out there. So that's what I'm going to do now, is tell you about things that are spinning wheels and also help you out there who are choosing courses. Or if you aren't choosing courses right now, imagine, this is going to be you in a few years, maybe if you're a preschool or an elementary parent. And then if you're a middle school or high school parent right now, this totally applies to you. Do not become that person who is crying but really productive. You're choosing your courses right now. And it's really important. You can send them to me in our membership. That's what we do. People who are inside it. So if you're in my membership right now, you know that you can comment to me and I will check your schedule in from my perspective. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to look at it and give you feedback on it for what I think. And I definitely want you to do that because you could accidentally have your children in classes. And I see this so often when I was working as a teacher, especially for English language learners, but in all all of my students could use a look over of their schedules because so many of them, and I mean like a good more than 50%, could have used a look over of their schedules other than what the counselor gives them, other than what maybe they ask their or their recommendation from their math teacher that you get in your by email and stuff. You need someone who is really looking at you individually and can say, this is what the path could look like for you. And if you're doing something different from it, you could be spinning your wheels. You're just sitting there crying and looking productive, working, working, working as a student, and nobody will notice because it doesn't have any purpose. So just know that you can get those things checked by people on the outside, um, people who are not just in schools. And I'm very happy to do it. Anybody who's in our membership right now, just go ahead and like send it through the comments in our Google Classroom, and I will take a look for you. If you want to join our membership, I think it's a great time to do it because course selection is so important, and then it's just going to get you right over into the summertime. But I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. Course selection, yes. Oh, one last thing. I think that's about it, actually, is that in terms of spinning wheels or thinking that people are, sometimes they're not too. So, um, last summer, one of the last noticings that I want to leave you with is that last summer I did some pilots of my membership. And what I noticed while I was doing that was that people, like, I gave a starting point of our program. So it's like a system of how we learn. And when I gave that starting point, it wasn't clear enough that I was showing them a tool, and that tool is just like a deck of cards. So when you go forward, like in a course pathway, you don't always see it. You should ask. You should that's where a lot of people diverge paths, honestly, is those who ask and those who are like, screw it. So ask, ask, ask. Um, but what I've learned, though, is that I need to say that right up front, too, if I don't want to miss some people who might have had worse situations in school and don't have full trust of those systems over there. Ours is a very different kind of system. So I am making that way more clear now because I think it goes both ways, that when you're working to help someone, you have to try to make your offerings really clear, but also when you are trying to take something in, make sure that you are asking and trying to trust the process. And when you first get someone, like when I signed up for lessons for Martin to have, my son Martin, to have trumpet lessons, I was like, I don't play the trumpet. I don't play any musical instrument. I wish that I did. It would have been such a wonderful thing to do. But, it's his gig, his thing. I don't know it. So I looked at what is the background of this person, who's recommending them. So like I need to come forward and be like, okay, I'm a graduate of UC Berkeley. I also graduated from UC Santa Cruz. I studied mathematics. I win prizes. This is what I do. I love education. So whatever it is that builds, I have a credential. Whatever you need to do, you've got to tell people. And then, kind of form alliances, form networks that know you and trust you, and tell the other people that they can trust you, because that's how I got my son to play the trumpet, and he plays it so nicely. And it's been such a good experience for him. So I wouldn't want him to miss out on that because I wasn't able to at first just be like, okay, this is the guy who's going to teach him this. So that was really important. So what I want to say about that noticing as my last noticing is, last summer, I did this pilot when I gave the tool to start to someone. I didn't explain it well enough, and I really needed to. And So now that is included with that. But what it was like, and I want you to hear this from maybe what works for you in some other parallel way today, is what I did was I essentially handed the person mahjong tiles or a deck of cards. And they looked at those mahjong, the person on the other end looks at those mahjong tiles and or the deck of cards, whatever, what have you, and they went, "Why are you handing me a deck of cards? This does not help me." And that makes sense. But what the deck of cards is this tool that I use. It's a digital tool too. So a lot of people have that like mistrust already of digital tools. That's just the deck of cards. And what the system is that's behind it that we teach people is a full, complete, like, how do you play the game? So imagine that deck of because I don't know mahjong that well. I'll use the deck of cards because I do know that. And I wrote down a few of them so I wouldn't forget the different things you can do with the deck of cards. So you can play hearts. My grandma loved hearts. You can play 21. I love 21. I love solitaire so much when I was young. I'm a very, like, both social and completely, like, not antisocial, introverted a little bit person. I go back and forth between the two. But solitaire, that deck of cards has so much to it, and somebody teaching you how to play these games and how to strategize through each of them. Hearts is a pretty complicated game. Poker is a pretty complicated game, right? You can play that for a long time and professionally. And Go Fish, you can just enter right in and start playing. So there's all these different levels and different types of games that you play with that deck of cards. Crazy Eights, Gin Rummy. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, but think about these are your back pocket items, right? Like, are you crying and you are still looking productive? And do you need to be doing the things that are like so productive? And could you, like, maybe there's a way to at least mitigate? I know there's a lot of things like the examples I gave about health issues and life and death. There are things that are worth crying about, and so you're going to cry and you need to be productive. It makes sense, but maybe there's a way to deal with that so that you don't have to continue crying for as long as you might otherwise be suffering through things, and maybe you're not in the right place at all and that's why you're suffering through something. There's many different seasons of our lives, and especially as women, I think we have that tendency to um hold things into it. I guess everybody does, doesn't it? We always say that about men. So what else? I'm just gonna I'll leave it with you there. So yeah, crying while you're productive. And the other one is think about that trust issue of on that goes on both sides. It could be you mistrusting someone or them mistrusting you, or the other way around, having a nice deep trust in somebody because of whatever institutions are behind them, or like their awards and their credentials and their experience and all that. So whatever it is, remember that sometimes what somebody is handing you is the deck of cards, and that there are complete systems around those things, and that those systems are where the fun really is. Okay, that's all because now I've got to go get the kids. So I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, did I not say the Tim study? Okay, sorry, that's tomorrow. Tim study, math things, course selections. Make sure you get them done and you contact somebody like me because they don't want you doing like ridiculous things throughout the whole next year. And I mean your kids and you because you will hear from them. Sure. So see ya mañana. Bye, guys.